So this is a quick, just impromptu live stream. Recently, I pushed out some character models, assemblies actually. The models were already kind of there for a week, but assembled them into a cohesive uh, single character. And I did put out some new color designs, such as the Vibra driver. Um, okay, so why am I doing this? Because not everybody has seen the new stuff, so I want to kind of showcase it. Um, we got a lot of exciting new Vibra things going on, so that you have plenty of, well, I mean, not plenty, but a better selection than before of men to fight evildoers. So let's start with, you see a few of them there, but let's start with the first one on the list is the Calm Snake. Um, this guy is the part of the S6 staff of Vibra. They handle all kinds of communications tasks. Um, they are just, anything from assigning radio frequencies on vehicles and installing the radios themselves and doing IT work at their base, um, or even just unjamming a printer or fixing some Exo's coffee machine. Yeah, that happens. Anyway, um, very very closely resembles the action figure in a sense that I mean it really captures the design of what they're going for, and then everything that you see from that's not the helmet. Everything else is mostly vanilla models, with one exception is that I have my Vibra colored uniform right there. So Vibra blue on these guys, and then Vibra driver gray on those guys. All right. So yeah, looking pretty good there, Mr. Calm Snake. Next up, Elite Trooper. Oh, and they do come with these rifle setups. I kind of feel like this one that the Calm Snake is holding is true to the um, cartoon that we used to watch that I will not name. All right, back to the Elite Trooper. Same deal. He's got the helmet, and you can probably also might look nice with the same uniform that the Calm Snake is, but for now it just has a rolled up version of the standard uniforms. Here's a gray version of that uniform for the drivers. We've got two of them over there in the Scorpion. So there we go. That's his setup. Um, officer. Officer's got a plate carrier, a little bit more protected, a little bit more pouches, stuff he's going to carry around, and has access to more gear. Um, RPG Trooper, basically a standard trooper but with an RPG. Oh, also, um, standard troopers have the red Vibera sigil, and he's got a chest carrier on, but his uniform does indeed have a gray Vibera symbol on it. So here's the standard trooper, and then let's not forget our glorious leader, the Vibera Viceroy. So there's a bit of a blue mismatch, and also the material um, is different between the garments from pants and jacket, but it's something that can be worked out a little bit later. Um, I can't get there's a preview program when modding called Bulldozer when modding Arma 3, and my bulldozer doesn't work, so I don't um, have the luxury of just loading a model quickly into Bulldozer and checking the colors and stuff like that. I have to load the whole game and then change a color and everything like that. But yeah, because of the way the materials reflect and everything like that, it's not going to be an easy match. In Photoshop, these colors look the same. So yeah, it's crazy. All right, and then we have, let's not forget our simple green shirts. We've got a AAAT trooper, driver, infantry trooper, machine gunner. So that's those four. And these are just quickly thrown together. I had made the helmet and then put a color on the uniform that matched the helmet, and then we get a first year style where their uniforms were very much more uniform. But you can make I can make any kind of trooper out of that uniform, which is good. Um, all the green shirts are possible. Not only the original 13s, but any kind of green shirt that might not have been fleshed out. Um, and then we have a few more coming in the works besides all these guys. Um, right now, I'm gonna close this down. Delete these guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate the. Oh, all right. Before I do, I want to show you a few other things. Load in some things here. I got little feet running around in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's funny. Um, these are placeholders for items that are in development artistically. Placeholders for some things that might be fun to play. Those have been seen. Okay. Actually, this guy. In case we decide to take it for a spin, I'm going to move things around a little. I want to clear path to the runway. Oops. Put that in empty. There we go. So yeah, these things might look a little bit familiar, right? All right, then one other thing I kind of wanted to show was that if you played earlier versions, then you probably saw the Swamp Raider was not working, but it's still a work in progress. It works a lot better now, so we'll show what that can do. All right, first, let's look at the flight characteristics that have been changed on the patrol pod. Now, before it was set up like a um, wow, before it was set up like a VTOL airplane, and that you had to um, take off and do manual vectoring and things like that in order to take off successfully. But now I've set it up like a helicopter, which makes it much easier to fly. Start it up. All right. Now, when you're flying this vehicle, and the same will be true for the Wyvern and the Warhawk, is that you can switch to manual fire to operate the gun, and once you do that, the reason why you do that is because we can go into auto hover mode real quick, so I don't have to focus too hard. So I can do a camera angle, and I've got the gun attached to the camera, so it will fire wherever I want it to fire. So, of course, I can still fly if I wanted to. Take it out of auto hover mode and take it this way. So that's kind of cool. Recenter it. Leave that mode. I go back to that mode and I aim it up and left and then exit, we can see that. Now, the downside to this is that this animation is not considered important. So it's an animation that you will only be seen in single player games. So if you're playing multiplayer and you're watching somebody else, oh, and you will see it in multiplayer, but you won't see it on other people's vehicles. which is sad. So um, if you're looking at your buddy and he has turned his turret, you won't see the effect of that. All you will see is that the bullets are coming out at a weird angle. Um, but his gun will be locked into place. So, um, but looking at your own aircraft, it's fine. You'll see that it has moved. Unfortunately, you can't operate the camera without being in the turret without being in camera mode. So you might not be able to see the animation of it, but this thing is really agile and easy to fly, so it's kind of worth it to get some of the new features. And it's still functional. It will definitely fire in um, whatever direction within its range, whatever direction you point it at, it will fire in that direction. It just, for some reason, the animation isn't lining up with the projectile path. Very, very, very fun, little handy dandy, smooth, easy to operate, responsive, a little bit maybe too powerful for such a small thing. Um, Future updates for this will probably be um, adding in or replacing the gun with one that's a little bit slower, maybe a little bit more powerful, but a lot slower. So those are some options to think about. All right, so now I'm going to show off some of the ones that ha haven't been seen in the game. I'm going to start with, well, actually, I'm going to start with the Swamp Raider. It has been shown in the game, but it wasn't working. So we're going to get it to work. I'm going to get in and I'm going to order a gunner to get in.
Gunner, get in that vehicle.
So we got a view position issue. Need to kind of scrunch the driver down so he can have a better view instead of seeing the top bar. And there's an extra window above the top bar, but that's just like where the top bar is. You're pretty much looking right at this beam right here. So need to fix that. But anyway, again, we have, well, did have. So we have airboat, which being an airboat, it can push itself along on the ground, which is really cool. I do need to make some adjustments and figure out how to make the propeller rotate um, because that is not a boaty thing to do. So, right. But getting in the water is a boaty thing to do. And it needs a lot of adjustments, but it's a start. Does have cannons, forward firing. They are fixed, so if I want to get in the gunner seat, well, that's weird. Yeah, you can still command it in the gunner seat, but I don't know why the driver's standing up now. So a lot of things to. This is why it's in the development stage still. A lot of things to overcome before it's released. But for a vehicle that was previously not working at all, yeah, you're just gonna run right in front of the boat, aren't you? That's pretty good. I think it's coming along nicely. All right. So then we have the APC, Bloodhound APC, that is. Um, just pretty much a basic model based off the VAB that I made. Let's see if I can get another driver in there.
2. Driver, get in that vehicle.
And we can get a couple other people in as well.
4. 5. Get in that vehicle.
No, in this vehicle.
4. 5. Get in that vehicle.
Alright, so the main point of this one is to have some armored transport, ground transport for troops to get a good squad of troops from point A to point B. It'll hold, um, I forgot how many it'll hold, to be honest. But it takes the terrain really well, and it takes to the water really well too. So the configs are doing really well for this. Sorry, I had a toddler interruption. That happens when I try to do this in the middle of the day. Alright, so what does it do? It has a good top-mounted cannon. I could switch to coaxial. So it's an armored, protective um, transport. It's very capable of going a lot of good places. So um, it's very handy. Basic, but very handy. The model is in the works. There's better version of the model and some other things that are being worked on for it as well. Um, so we're gonna dump it off here and get into the chariot, which is
Dismount.
this hovercraft.
2. Driver, get in that vehicle.
In case you haven't figured it out, I'm having these guys um, get in
3, 4.
as
Driver,
drivers
sit
so
down
that
and
I
get in
can
that vehicle.
still drive it, but also show the, because I'm doing this by myself, so that I can still show that it's operational. And I know a lot of you might be um, shrieking that there are blue shirts inside of a green shirt vehicle, and I do apologize, but um, yeah, it's just how it is right now. So it's quite capable, quite slidey, which is good. It's what we want in a hovercraft. Um, it can traverse water. However, I'm experiencing some difficulties with it being able to turn in the water. So that's annoying. So once it goes in the water, you're kind of doomed to go at whatever speed and um, whatever speed and path that you are on. Oh, hit a rock. So I like to go out into the water when I know there's going to be somewhere else to turn around. Going out into the open is a one-way trip to nowhere. But you can definitely fire the cannons. And you can fire them together, even. Right now it's leaning. I don't know why it's leaning, but um, it's leaning to the left. I mean, to the right. It's weird. Still doing it. All right. But yeah, it's a work in progress again. So things are going to be a little wonky until we can get them sorted out. Um, you can see down in the hull, there's cargo. We're going to try one of the gunner seats right now. It has a GMG and it also has a 50 cal. Um, the gunners have. I'll stop it real quick so I don't crash while I'm not looking. The gunners have control of the missiles, but I don't have any missiles in them just yet. But when I turn the turret for the gun, it also turns the missile box on the sides. So this is kind of a beast. Okay, we're gonna head back and then um, show off some other stuff. Again, like the Swamp Raider, it has a little bit of a challenge with. I have a little bit of challenge getting the rotors, the fan, the props in the back to spin. Um, so it'll take some special knowledge. All right. This time I want to get in. Chin turret. No. I want to get to the pilot seat. There is a chin turret. I'll go ahead and look at that really quick. So you can see the grenades are firing from the Gatling from the Vulcan position. I don't know why, but yeah, they work though. It has thermal, night vision, and thermal options, which is great. And then it has, why did I do that? Yeah. So this thing is really powerful, and I'm gonna get everybody in again.
Get in that vehicle.
This is called the Samson. So since it can, since it's very strong, um, it's very capable of lifting things and doing a lot of damage. And also, if you chop off its hair, it will not be able to fly. So everything over here can be chopper lifted. Ah, well, auto hover is not your friend. So, yep, this and all of the other assets that have sling load loops on their top surfaces uh, can be lifted. Anything in the game that has sling load ability can be lifted by this. It's very much a combination between a Chinook and a sea stallion. All right, there we go. Honestly, I hate flying in third person, but I cannot see, or you cannot see, and there isn't much to look at in the aircraft right now, especially. So there we go. There's the Samson. Does have missiles. For now, it's using just regular Arma 3 missiles. I don't have a target, but here. All right. See you guys. I'm going to the Fancy Bird. So Cherub is I started with the configs of the F-181 Black Wasp and um, pretty much just tweaked it a lot for um, what is down there? Oh yeah, I forgot I dropped the APC off down there. I tweaked it a lot for flight characteristics for maneuverability and stuff like that due to the expected um, behavior of the forward swept wings. And then I added a little bit more power, but most of the armament and the readout, even though there's no model for the interior yet, the readout uses the Black Wasp for the HUD. Sorry, HUD. It has a really awesome shadow. So we can switch to any weapons. Does have the laser pointer. Does have the bombs. Let's see if we can get. There's a bomb we can get. Ah, I do apologize. My screen is going wonky because it's trying to keep up with my head tracker and the angle of the airplane itself. We go into um, first person mode, we can see the runway. Should see the runway. I guess not. There it is. Alright. I'm just gonna do some off-road plane driving real quick. So there's the characters that are available and the upcoming vehicles that are in progress, um, along with what's already available. Uh, if you guys want or have any, if you want me to demo like how a vehicle works or anything like that, let me know in the comments or um, you know, even for the existing, especially for the existing ones, the ones that you can play. I don't know if everybody knows all of their features or anything like that. So, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them and show exactly how to do things. Um, but yeah, that's uh, that's all the new stuff that's going on with the mod. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And until next time, peace out.